obviously, one of the great things about UIL realignment is that UIL realignment is functionally a data dump, where the UIL at 9 a.m. on February 1st says, here is a ton of data. Go. And there's a lot of ways to slice and dice it. Obviously, we've spent a lot of times talking over the headlines about teams that are shifting regions, teams that are changing classifications, this, that, and the other. But I wanted to dive a little bit into the numbers to talk about what we all like to talk about, which is the districts of doom, the toughest districts in Texas high school football in 2020, heading into 2024. And so there's a couple of different ways to slice it, right? Because I don't think there's one necessarily metric that would tell you this is the toughest district in the state. Now, if you're looking for one, you could just say, well, which district has the most state champions? That's 11-6A, Duncanville and DeSoto in the same district. And I think there's going to be a tendency for people to say, boom, done, that's the toughest district. I'm not saying that's not the case. What I am saying is, what if there were a variety of different ways to slice it, and what if there were a number of ways to determine what the toughest districts in Texas high school football are going to be heading into 2024? So what I did was I took the new districts, and I looked back on these teams that are now comprising these new districts and what they did in 2023, right? So this is based on what these teams did in 2023. The first metric we're going to look at is which districts, plain and simple, won the most games. Which districts won the most games in 2023? And maybe that's a little bit of a surprise, but the answer is District 4-6A. District 4-6A with Byron Nelson, Euless Trinity, Hearst LD Bell, Justin Northwest, Caller Central, Timber Creek, Northwest Eaton, and South Lake Carroll. They won a grand total of 68 games in 2023. 11-6A comes in second. They won 63 games. And then you've got 4 districts that are tied at 62 games. 3-5A Division II, that's the Argyle, Colleyville Heritage, Mansfield, Timberview, Grapevine District. 23-6A, no surprise there, Galena Park, North Shore, Humble, Summer Creek, 2 teams that made the district, the state championship, plus Sheldon C.E. King, Atascocita, tough district. 15-5A Division I, this one surprised me. PSJ North, Weslaco East, Corpus Christi Flower Bluff, Corpus Christi Veterans Memorial, Harlan South, they won 62 games. And then 15-6A, I think a low-key tough district, kind of the smushing together of Magnolia with the Klein and Tomball schools. They won 62 games in 2023. Now, allow me to start with this. I don't think this is the best metric to measure the best districts in Texas high school football, simply because there's varying numbers of teams in each district, right? There were 9 teams in district in the one at the top of that district, which was 4-6A, I think it was 4-6A. When there were only 8 teams, yeah, look at that, in 11-6A. So that's not quite fair, right? I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily, it tells you that there's a lot of teams that won a lot of games in 4-6A, but it's just kind of more of a measurement of the size of the district. And so here's what I want to do instead, is I want to say, okay, which districts won the most number of games per team in their district? So take the number of games that they won in 2023, divide it by the number of teams in the district, and which district comes out on top. And I think this number might surprise you. It is District 10-6A. District 10-6A had 8.4 wins per team. Okay? That is the district with Forney, state semifinalist, Longview, I think a 10-win team, Rockwall Heath, North Forney, Royce City, and Tyler Legacy. 8.4 wins per team. And second on that list, again flying under the radar, there's 2 teams tied at 8.2. 4-4A Division I, Brownwood, Burnett, Lampasas, Marble Falls, and Stephenville. And 13-3A Division II, which I know I've said this on Twitter, I think one of the more underrated districts in Texas high school football. Blanco, Comfort, Lexington, Rogers, and Thrall. 8.2 wins per team. These teams averaged 8.2 wins. I want to say Thrall in District 13-3A Division II, which is moving up from 2A, I want to say they're the only team that had a 500 record. And they went 6-6. You have 11-6A coming in next, 7.87, because now we're getting kind of decimals here. 7.87 wins per district or per team. 7-4A Division I, which is the Salina, Frisco, Panther Creek, Lake Dallas, go Falcons.
Go Falcons.
Paris, Aubrey, Sulphur Springs district. And then 9-4A Division II, West Orange, Stark, Silsbee, Jasper, Hampshire, Fannett. Very difficult Southeast Texas district. Those are the districts that had the most wins per team in 2023. So now, but that, even that, I don't think tells the whole story, because you might have won a lot of games, but what about, like, what percentage of the games did you actually win? And so the next way I broke it down was by winning percentage. Plain and simple. Which districts had the highest winning percentage? And here you get even more movement, right? 10-6A still on top. Still the winningest district as far as win percentage is concerned. 686. But second place is 15-5A Division II. Alice, Sharyland, Mission Veterans Memorial, Roma, and Sharyland Pioneer. They won 68.4% of their games. Then you have 7-4A Division I next, 13-5A Division II. This is not a surprise to me. This is a great San Antonio district, with Bernie joining with San Antonio Veterans Memorial and San Antonio Alamo Heights. Plus, San Antonio Harlandale had a low-key fantastic year last year. They won 2/3 of their games. Same with 5-3A Division I, Grandview, Groesbeck, Maypearl, Mejia, West, and Whitney. And finally, 4-4A Division I rounds out the top 6 with Brownwood, Burnett, Lane Passes, Marble Falls, and Stephenville. So these are the teams that had the highest winning percentage there. But there's one more way I wanted to divide this up, and that is, of course, on TexasFootball.com, you can find the comprehensive computer rankings. Our friend Jerry Forrest at pigskinprep.com provides computer rankings for each Texas high school football team. There are 254 6A teams, so he ranked them 1 through 254, right? And so what I wanted to do was I wanted to look at the computer ratings for each district to find what the computer thinks is the best team, because and we've gone through what the computer rankings mean. Computer ratings, it's not necessarily all about wins and losses, but it also measures like the quality of your wins and losses. And so this should be theoretically a much more, I would say, context neutral kind of measurement of the best districts in Texas high school football. Here's what the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Computer has as the top 10 districts in Texas high school football. Number 10 is 9-4A Division II. That's the Hampshire, Fannett, Silsbee, Jasper, West Orange Stark District. 10-6A comes in 9th. That's the Longview, Forney District. In 8th place is 3-5A Division II. That's the Arlington, Grapevine, Colleyville, Heritage, Mansfield, Timberview District. 7th is 7-4A Division I. It's Aubrey, Salina, Frisco, Panther Creek, Lake Dallas, Falcons. Paris, and Sulphur Springs. At 6, you get a district we haven't talked about yet. We've not mentioned 14-3A Division II. But that is a district with Tidehaven, state finals from a year ago, Vanderbilt Industrial, East Bernard, Bowling. Tough district there. They come in 6th. In 5th, 15-6A I should say. Remember, that's the district that's the Klein and Tomball schools being joined by the Magnolia schools, Magnolia and Magnolia West. It's a tough district. Another district we haven't talked about at number 4 in 12-4A Division II. And this was one that I think off the dome I would put in the top 5, simply because it's that Central Texas district of doom. China Spring, Loretta, Waco La Vega, Waco Conley. You add in Gatesville and Robinson. Number 3 is 12-3A Division I, another district we haven't talked about. Columbus, Hallettsville, Hempstead, Hitchcock, Yoakum. Loaded. For 5-team district, they may not show up on a lot of other things, I think, because I'd say, but Hempstead kind of brings down the average a little bit. But those top 4, woof. 13-3A Division II comes in 2nd. Blanco, Comfort, Lexington, Rogers, and Thrall. And I think no surprise, according to the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Computer, the toughest district entering 2024, based on what they did in 2023, is 11-6A. Duncanville, DeSoto, Lancaster, Cedar Hill, Waxahachie. To me, when I was doing this math for Math Tuesday, this felt right. None of these necessarily felt out of order, and this does feel like a pretty good measurement of the districts of doom heading into 2024. What do you think is the district of doom? Let us know in the comments, Facebook and YouTube. And that's it for Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Thank you, Vianey.